and I'm off. I wanted to wait till the end, and it didn't work that way. And now it's showing up on my television. Ah, you know, Scooter Mom wanted to say frog. They all say frog. Isn't it Big Giant Head who does frog and brains or brain and frog? It's like, mm, don't we know? Ribbit, ribbit. Now I've got to try to find me. Well, actually, turn down there. Okay. And go find me so I can see what's going on. Because sometimes I can read me better on the big screen. So there we go. Hi, Cricket. Oh my God, that's so cute. AKA. Yes, I've been watching all morning. I watched Marilyn. Then I watched MLH, which, oh my God, it should be like the evil funhouse or the clubhouse who stole the piñata from like the kids' party. Oh my God. MLH's is so much fun. Hi, Vichy Becky. They like to make noises when they try to sleep. Yay. But I was trying to do before I got on because this is also why I didn't show up in Scooter Mom's chat is because I have to work tonight. I got to ask at 1:30. So I tried to do everything I could and then oh my God, it's hot. And then I like had to throw on my club makeup and so putting on eyeliner, trying not to pay attention. Oh, it was hilarious. So yeah, I've got my makeup on because I had to do something after this feed that I won't have time to put my makeup on for. So I can wear anything I want because my long goth coat covers everything. So I can fake the clothes, no problem. My lace up boots, I got it. So there you go. Let me see. Hi, Pam. Oh my God. Was everybody here today? What the hell's going on? Hey, Becky, I saw you this morning too. So yeah, I was actually trying to think because Biker Bar is sort of like, nah, it's more like the clubhouse where the kids stole the birthday piñata. Seriously. I mean, it totally reminds me of something like that. Going neener neener. I think somebody, where was it? Uh oh, watched Aaron too. Maybe it was somebody's chat who said there's a channel with a bunch of haters acting like 12-year-olds. And I was like, and the problem is that they're not serious. You guys are gonna make me say something bad on that channel one of these days. I know you are. And then my whole visage will be gone and I'll no longer be the proper one. So, lurking while seething, okay. And Miss Thing is over there, and maybe I'll show her later. She's in the box. She got excited because of one of my stylists. One of because I use it for the 13-inch, and she got very excited about it and was playing with it, and she went in the box. If that's all it takes, hey, I'm for that. So yes, I was driving to go get my uh blood taken, listening to MLH. Scratch. I didn't almost crash the car. I thought about, it's like, what if I was changing lanes right now? It's like going to become my favorite place in the morning to go. My God, so much fun. Yeah, that's also why I have my pagan jewelry on is for club tonight because that's all they're going to see in my coat. So, okay, let's see who's here. Big giant head. Hi, Dove. Let's see. Okay, so you were behaving. Oh, I know. I heard you on Friday. Ah, crazy. I love it. No, but there was also something that Scooter Mom just put that because her feed was so sucky today, it kept skipping. It was a Manning 8 uh like short or something. I wanted to see it. I was going to post it here uh because right now our signal is doing okay. So yeah, we've been having that problem for the past week, I think, where it's like the signal is having issues. So it's just a thing. It happens. If I drop out, I'll come back again on a different one. Um, so yeah, I mean, did it last week. So it's like, and when I went to go put it on this television, it started spinning, and I'm like, so I'm not even going to be here for my own show. Figures. Okay. So I have my notes. I have notes. The Wayback Machine. Um, Somebody was talking about it yesterday. I should put where I'm getting these from. The Wayback Machine is the Internet Archive. Hello, Scooter Mom. Is the Internet Archive, and they are based in San Francisco, and they're actually based in in a very old landmark building. I'm not going to say where, which sucks because they needed to be underground. So if you go to their um, URL, you can type in Google either Wayback Machine or Archive. They are taking volunteers, and I think it's to like transcribe things that got lost because the guy's point is to go back to when it began and archive every single website. So I think it's all, I haven't had a chance to volunteer yet, fill out an application, but it's for a good cause. I mean, yeah, it's a 5013C. Is that it? Ooh, did I get it right? Um, and like I said, his thing is to go back and do from the first web page on. And the biggest problem lately is that the chicken tacos people are deleting web pages. So the big deal is also go get a web page of tacos and keep it if you can. That way, if they can't find it, then you could, send it to the Internet Archive. So that's one thing you could do for the world that I will talk about everywhere. So, but yeah, volunteers. Are you kidding? He barely has enough money probably to support himself. And he's the one that's there all the time, this one guy. And you can tell he's like from my age group because he so looks like some tech head who hasn't grown up like the rest of us. So back to work for me. I just had to come and say hello. Okay, hi, bye, have fun at work. Yeah. It's a video from Antics about Manning. Oh, okay. Let me see then if I can find it. It was so cool, and I wish she could have gotten it all the way. But you know what? That's the one thing you can't fix. You can fix computers, you can fix uh, notes. You can't fix uh, data lines. You can't fix those. So that's why we're waiting patiently for fiber optic because Ethernet has its moments, and we were fine until about a month ago. A month ago is when we started like cracking again, and it's like it's always summer. Um, and the weird part is, hi, good vibes. Let me see, anybody else? Um, the weird part is that those spray things you see on the ground, that's where lines are. Those colors and those arrows are what they say they are, like USA, that's the Underground Service Alert. That tells you where certain lines are, and then other companies come out and mark on the ground with their spray paint. So they're all different colors. And fiber optic is orange. So the most twisted thing in the world was fiber optic was about a block away from us when we lived at the old place. And because we're waiting for fiber because it doesn't break, right? Well, it doesn't. And so we were like, okay, very funny. We waited 10 years for that. And so we move here and it is literally next door. The lines stop literally next door. They haven't come to the commune yet. I think it's some twisted stuff. I don't know, but it's just hilarious. When they were digging up the ground last year, it was like I saw the orange and I'm like, next door. How do you do that? And considering our place and the whole neighborhood around us is under 10 years old, how could it not be fiber? Tech talk. Thank you for coming my tech talk. Oh, I was watching Marilyn with her friend who were talking about security things. And thank you. Let me see if I cannot mess this up. Hold on. Ah, okay, cool. It came up and it didn't automatically play, so I will play it later. Yes. Um, yeah, Marilyn was talking to her friend about security, and they were going over all the good security things. And the one thing they didn't say because of scams, older people and scams, for some reason, we want to help everybody out, which is the weirdest thing on the planet. We never did when we were younger. Well, I did, but I didn't tell anybody. Um, don't open email attachments. If you open an email that is like a scam email, don't ever open the attachment. That's how they get into your computer. So, if it looks weird, go look it up on Google. Seriously, that's what you should do the email first. An email looks weird, go to Google, look up the sender. And most likely they will tell you if it's a scam or not. I One of my apps is Truecaller, and what it does also is it's a incoming like message phone thing, and for the first time things. And the first time we have like a data bank there, and which I think goes over to like the regular world too. It's that you just report the scam, and then the next time you get called, it won't. It'll go scam. It'll show that it's dialed, one ringtone or something, and then it goes away. So that's what I do. That's why I said some of the stuff I pay for and some of the stuff I don't pay for. Truecaller, Trucaller. I know it's on Android. They might have a free plan that's just mean it's got a lot of advertisements. So that's what I've been using now for about 5 years. So because I got it, or I started paying for it because it sent it to a scam place. So uh, it's your laptop. Oh, okay. Well, it could have been your line too. You never know. Everybody is coming here. Okay. Scooter, I'm shopping for a laptop too. The husband said that was my Mother's Day gift, but I don't know what to get, so I'm confused by the options. Let's play. What is the best lap? That's the fun thing about Google now. It understands sentences. It didn't for the longest time. You'd have to put in like certain words. Now you don't. For YouTube beginners. I say beginners because it also give you the cheapest and good option. So, there are email or there are things, but see, in tech world, they're a year old. They're out of date. Let's see. What's the best laptop for a YouTuber? No, not a YouTuber, a beginner. What type of computers do YouTubers use? Let's see. Intel Core i9 series AMD, right? No, those are fancy ones. For new YouTuber, I'm one of the few people who do love Reddit still. So let's see. Are you guys Mac or Android? I mean, Mac or Windows? Mac, I can't help you with. I don't do Mac and they're all expensive. So I never went to Mac, even when they had the really pretty MacBook thingies. It's like I wanted to, but it was like, let me see, I'm reading. MacBook. Uh, HP 15-inch touchscreen. How old is this? This is a year old. Which isn't bad because you guys should be going for the older stuff anyway to learn from. The newer stuff is sometimes too fast for people who aren't like really into the tech. So they're all saying i7, which is it's an Intel Core i7 and a 16 gig memory and a 512 uh gigabit? No. See, brain fog. He knows what I mean. Papa Cap, type it down. Intel Core i7, 16 gig memory, 512 gigabit SSD. SSD is what you want because it's a solid state drive. It's one if you drop your computer, you might break your screen, but your computer would still work if you plugged in another monitor. So what am I missing? Let's see. I got so much fiber in my diet. I'm worried about rope burn. Oh my God. Yeah, and it tortures you more than it does me, Papa Cat. I did come over and do the booty dance and say that fiber was next door. And take texts about my imaginary hopeful foods. I heard something about that. Yeah, go look it up, seriously. And if there's a way to report it, report it. Because they may go through tons of numbers, but you know what? If everybody's reporting it, the numbers get less and less and less. So, and I think Google got rid of the phone book or because I got kicked off of it because I had a Google number. I got kicked off of it because they were going to use it again. So, uh, I think I'm fake. Okay, Becca, I feel the same way. See how many are on my wish list. Actually, you can see how many. Yeah, you can see how many are in Scooter Moms. Uh, if I get a chance to, maybe tomorrow, somebody remind me and I'll look it up. Today I have no time. So it's summertime. I will be busy all night at the podium. So, hey, y'all, stop to get strawberries. Yeah, it's getting closer. Strawberries are actually starting to taste like strawberries. I hate the wintertime, even though I want one. It tastes like nothing. I wonder if an attachment started singing. Oh, anybody who doesn't know that's a 2001 reference. And then you got kicked out of the bay, right? Let's see. Maybe Windows. Okay. Yeah, no, I said the right one then. Windows, hey there. I see you, Cricket. Almost cheered me up. Adam, i7 is a good min-range system. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You don't want anything. I learned when I was, as a beginner in this that I'd get the latest and greatest because my brother, my husband, my friends, all did that. And it was like, I was confused for easily 2 weeks. And I was supposed to be one that was supposed to adapt to it. So it was like, no, nobody who's learning how to do something. I mean, technically, this is all like first round tech anyway, but it works for me. So I don't care. And this is my computer um, camera. I'm not doing anything else. So I don't strive to be better. I'm just a tech head and get the closest to the latest and greatest that is not stupidly expensive. So let's see. Get a Cray if you're really adventurous. Get a Cray. Big giant head, you're funny. Everyone here now, hello again to this family. Hey sister, hey little brother. It's still out in the middle of nowhere. You better get some people there so we could have like get-togethers. Hi Carrie, FYI. Um, I would prefer, well, Dove says hello again, Dusty. Well, I can say hello again, Becky, Dusty, Adam, Becky 2 times, Adam 3 times. The roving pile of, you know, YouTubers like peanuts. I would prefer a newer model because I'm not planning on buying another one soon. I'm one of those who keeps their phones until it can't be used anymore. That's why I said an i7 because an i7 is perfectly fine. It will not go out of date. I keep mine till they break too. The one I take to club with me now, I had to upgrade finally because Windows isn't going to be supported on it. So, it basically has lived its life, but if you know enough about or you can learn it. You don't have to like know anything. You can just go on YouTube or go on Reddit and read it. Um, yeah, I just read how to support it when it's not supporting it anymore. So, and the one in the bathroom is also one that's going to like not be supported by Windows anymore. Windows goes back and supports whatever their oldest version of something before they get rid of it. So I'm on the oldest version with two of my computers. So yeah, I keep mine all the time too. And I do because I like the pretty tech. So it's like, sorry, Missy. This is a Surface. This is my latest and greatest. And I will have it until it breaks. So, and it's because I can carry it around like a MacBook. but it wasn't cheap either. That puppy was expensive. And it's also, that's the one I get this year. The one I'm talking to is the one I got last year because I had to cycle up. Windows had warned because the one in the bathroom was the one that was in here, and Windows warned, we're not going to support it. So and I was going to do YouTube, didn't know. So we got this one. So all of my uh, laptops and computers are all for were all for specific times, reasons, or the one I just showed you is like an iPad. I have laptops that are like laptops that I'd carry if it was going to be somewhere more dirty, intense. If I ever did Burning Man, which I can't do, I'd take one of the laptops that is a laptop. So, they're all for different reasons. So yeah, no, i7 is fine. Don't do an i9 because they're also charging a stupid price for them right now. So it's like you get an i7, it'll last for at least 6 years. That seems to be, I'm trying to think. Well, no, the bathroom was 16, but it updated until this latest one. And so, but they're dropping the operating system after this, which means I can use it. I just can't be fluffy or whatever weird little update they have. So that's why I said you can do it. It'll last forever. If you get a good computer, it'll last forever. Mine are all Surfaces now. And the only one that hasn't lasted is a 12-inch widescreen, which is like the movies at the theaters. It had a Tesla problem. The battery overheats and they catch on fire, supposedly. I had it until last year and it got really, really hot because it came with all of these really cool attachments. You could put it in a cradle, put it up and down. It was really cool. So it's probably the one computer I spent the most on. And it has a habit of catching fire, which I didn't have a problem with. I had that computer for at least 8 years and it was no big deal. But then a couple of days last summer, all of a sudden in the house, I'd feel the back and I'm like, oh, oh crap. So I I gave it to Papa Cat. He still hasn't really used it because I'm sure he doesn't want to see it blow up either. It doesn't blow up, it catches fire. So yeah, that's my only Surface. The rest of them are Surfaces too, but that's the only one that I had a problem with. Just when you get a new laptop or anybody, if you get a new computer, check out where you got it from to make sure you got the got right updates for the operating system, right updates, and find out um if you have to bring them in. Like I said, it's like a Tesla. You have to bring it in so they can fix it and then leave. I actually didn't find out about mine until it was out of warranty, and at first it was a rumor. So for a couple of years. So you're back IBM 5150. Someone I know had a license plate that said that back when TMV didn't know any better. California DMV, if they realize or find out that you have a license plate, personalized, because that's what California does, have a personalized license plate that's offensive. If it's not totally offensive, if it's something like that, you're only allowed to keep it on on the car you got it on. You can't transfer plates. Another friend of mine did that too because she had F and meow on it. Nobody knew what it was. She said it was the initials of her cat. And they sent her a notice that went, "It can't move." Ah, okay, Dusty. I hope it was about the damn computer. Um, because that thing's important, especially if they're running on crap right now. So, you're distracted by a daughter? Okay. You have a laptop in the bathroom? No, I have a desktop in the bathroom. It sounds so weird that this house has a master bathroom. And at the time, I guess they were trying to go fancy, right? So it's a deep. The only thing it's missing is the jets on the tub. It's just ginormous. I hate baths. Can't stand them. So I had gotten a lifting desk, one of those industrial heavy ones from the consignment store for like $50. And I'm like, F and A. Papa Cat's like, what are you going to use that on? And I said, well, I'll use it over there, that table, because I'm scanning pictures. And so it sat on there forever. I had a laptop or two on it, and then I was just like, I have to get rid of the desktop. And I'm like, I don't like getting rid of my desktops. And so I put the standing lap desk across the bathtub because it goes all the way across, and I put my old desktop on top of it. Now, I've learned that I will be using that tub when I get older because I will have to soak the bones because I have bad joints and nerve damage. So it's like, no, I'll use the tub. I'm glad I didn't get rid of it. I wanted to. It was stupid. But for now, it is a computer stand. I have an Enigma machine. I have no idea how it works. Well, can it blow up your bathroom? Did you just jump in, Missy? I thought you were already here for some reason. Carry on. Um, Adam, I'm confident you can figure it out. Maybe take it apart. Take what apart? Here we go. Lost me already. Would buy the factory in Berlin isn't answering. I would buy the factory in Berlin isn't answering the phone. Hope they're okay. Yours, okay. You're 5150. Okay. Uh, Becky, I think you outed yourself because only people, certain groups of people know what a 5150 is. It's what I'm doing tonight. He's a very shifty guy, the kind who never testify. He'll pitch you on some coins, then leave you high and dry, always bragging about his stack, but it's all just vaporware. I don't know which song that is. I'm not going to keep reading. Hello, Clark. How's Tesla going to fix your car? They can't even make Elon a skin suit that doesn't itch. Well, I mean, one of the problems with one of the Teslas is poof, it was catching on fire. So the Toiletron 2000, oh my God. Betty Davis eyes. Oh, okay. Cool. He's out here pumping tokens, but he doesn't play fair. Pre-chorus, the type of guy that CoffeeZilla'd love to meet. He'll sell you JPEG dreams, then pull the rug out neat. No, that's not a tongue twister. Oh my God. Okay. High Cubs champion. Did you see? I saw it on Scooter Reports that George was in jail because he was hanging out somewhere. Where was Georgie hanging out? It sounded like he got busted in a I wanted to say panty raid. In a raid at a girl bar. Where was my George? Teaching him bad things. So yeah, George is still out and about now. Ah, okay, let's see. CoffeeZilla's robot bartender. You love CoffeeZilla's robot bartender. Okay? Anyway. Hey there, Cubs. Good to see you. Hey, Scooter Mom and Carrie Ann. Everybody saying hi. Everybody saying hi. Happy Monday. I don't even get Sundays off anymore. After this, I've got to do something till I have to go to club, and then I have to go to club. And since it's summer holidays, it'll be busy all night long, and then I'll get to come home and go to sleep at 3:30 in the morning if I'm calm enough. Then, oh, I'm sure I missed some of your good jokes. Hey, Adam. I know what a 5150 is. I'm a Canadian who watches American. Oh yeah, I forgot. Right, Scooter Mom. Loved your Air and Space Museum stream. Cubs. Oh, you did one? Cool. Yeah, since you can't go play at the org anymore, keep them up. Could do the museums. I've done one at the Transamerica Museum where the guy who bought the building showed other buildings he owned. And then now he's got, oh, what was in the time capsule at Transamerica? So I'm going to do a stream from there because somebody found a time capsule from when Transamerica was built, 1971. So, yay! And it was really cute. It looked like Sputnik, and it was white and red, and it said Transamerica on it. So, let's see. See to Carrie. Thank you. I'm happy you loved it. The Air and Space Museum is my favorite Smithsonian museum. I have to see if I'm subscribed to you again because it probably kicked me out. Unless I've got a join and you're just not showing up in my algorithm. Um, we're already jumping back in when you make your triumphant return. Crypto freak. Oh, okay. Betty Davis crypto. Yes. Uh, I don't know if he was arrested. Did he get bailed out? Oh no, George, you can't be getting in trouble, George. I think he got bailed out. I think that's what they said, that he got bailed out, but it made it sound like he got busted in a girly raid. So he might have been hanging out at the bar. See, I'm sorry. We took him to a goth bar, a goth club, and that's it. We totally like fried his morals, even though goths are just as bad, if not worse than some morals. So it's our fault. And we took him to the Chinese New Year parade and he probably snuck out and like got some Chinese food and probably got taken to a bar that night. Who knows? But San Francisco's not good for you. Some people need a 5250. That's an extension of the 5150. There was 5150A, I think, actually in California, Becky. Thanks, Adam. 4/16/26 is the return date. Oh, cool. I thought they were talking about me. Huh. Because I get to maybe go back by the end of this week. So, because today was the first day I went, should I be even wearing my wrap today? Oh, I'll do it one more day. So I'm getting close. Uh, for real. Everybody's saying hi again. Uh, Cabbage 5150. Oh, oh, hello, Co-Bilf. You'll always be Bilf to me. I saw the thing today on Scooter Moms, and it's like, no, you'll still be Bilf to me. Let's see. Hey, Dusty, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Can't wait until my next visit to Clearwater. We all need to get together again. Keep up the good work, Dusty. Yeah, we're all supposed to go there for December 5th, and Dusty and Clearwater is a hole in the ground. It's bad enough that I'm willing to go to Florida in December and still perspire. Humidity sucks, but there isn't anywhere to go to that's fun. You better hope somebody cool is playing there. Because Styx is coming out with a new album. Did you know that? They got rid of their they got rid of one of the members as usual. But didn't they play this weekend? And if they did it for a new album. There's also 5350. What's 5350? Women, you know more than I do. Mm. Harry Crater Museum, the Air and Space. See, it'd be the Air and Spaced Museum. It's my fave too, Cubs. I finally got to go there in 2016. They had to practically drag me out. Yay. Uh, Becky TV never told me that. Like I said, I don't know what a 5350 now is either. It's the same for me, Carrie FYI. Ah, Carrie FYI. Okay, I thought you were talking about Carrie. See, it's hard. I stay until they start coming around to tell you that the closest exit is. Oh, I never thought of that. How many museums and aquariums trying to kick me out? Because, right, they never say, will you leave? They would say, the exit's right there. And when I was a teenager, I'd be like, okay. I think they usually just brought somebody around and said, get out. Get out, child. George got arrested for not having his cult sign. He got arrested at a nudie bar for a raid. You know he did. By the way, for those who watch from the beginning, the base of the microphone arm broke 10 minutes before showtime. That's what I was wondering. Because I'm not looking at you. I was putting on makeup. So it was like, what is she talking about? Her microphone broke, and she said she knew it was going to happen. Because she was having one of those days. I know those days. Trust me. Luckily enough, because I laughed at one point, my eyeliner didn't go completely off, so I got it off with a Q-tip. but that would have started my day. So I did find DC-8s at the Air and Space Museum. Scientos, they are not for sale. We need them so we can show everyone the DC-8s. Well, the DC-8s are also squares, aren't they? Or rectangulars? Rectangulars? Rectangles, and rectangles are the ones that actually did break open. So that's why um, the windows are now round because the corners would separate. So that's why I'm like, DC-8s? Okay. But I could be wrong, just like Scientology. Styx is coming out with a new album. Yep, I hope it's good. I don't know who they got rid of. I didn't have time to look that up. Yep, you were at Styx on Saturday. I know I may go back into your feed and see if I can hear them. So I was like, it figures. Could have been there. Scooter, the place I used to work for a medical insurance company. Oh, when a facility was closed down and patients were transferred to other facilities, they had to coordinate the transfers. Okay. Yeah, no, you work in a club. All you need to do is work in a club and you get to find out what 5150 is for. So I thought I heard Aaron's face. Oh, Papa Cat, I am so glad you can't talk because Miss Thing would be all over you. You know that. And if I was right, I didn't even get like any soda yesterday. Ooh. I'm finally there for a Sunday and didn't forget, and I don't even get soda. Um, I am creating a Thetan themed tribute band called Styx. Nice. Hey, Davy, look, it's a Thetan. And you know what's worse? There's child deep fate after you. Yeah. Ooh, I need to get another one. I think the guy who did the crew does custom work, so I can get a Thetan with the growl. Wouldn't that be so cool? I don't want to, not these, because if he messes up, it's like I just need one to practice on. So, wouldn't it be neat if we had a Thetan with teeth and a kid Thetan? It'd be so cool. Remember, the teeth are real dental cement. So, okay, let's see. Hey, Papa Cat, go Cubs, go, Papa Cat. We're not watching it this year. We didn't budget well enough to do baseball. Baseball's hella expensive. Ooh, I just brought out the hood, didn't I? Hella. Um, so yeah, they want to charge like stupid amounts. So we didn't do baseball this year. Next year we will. And the tickets is alone. Hello Kitty Jersey Day. The cheapest is $137, and it's only the first 15,000 people. So having to get there at like 10 o'clock in the morning, wait in line, not have my leg hurt, and then pay $137 for some outfield seat, not counting the bleachers, or something up where I have to wear like beyond sunscreen. It sucks. Anyway, and it's a jersey. It's not even like a doll, or which I have, or a hat, which I have. Oh my God, I do have my Hello Kitty hat, and it is from the Giants, isn't it? No, it's a jersey, and I'd fit him now. I broke the 150 mark. I am now actually 148. So I've made it past my plane, and I'm starting to go down again. I'm actually a little worried though because it has made my cholesterol perfect. And at this point, I would rather be on Wegovy forever and learn how to eat up as long as it would fix my cholesterol because I've always had a problem with that. It's a, native thing. So we'll have the talk tomorrow. No, Wednesday. I see her on Wednesday. That's why I was getting blood drawn to tell her how well I'm doing. Um, let's see. Plays kazoo and who plays kazoo? 5250 is a 14-day extension to 5150. 5350 is an extension for the 5250 temporary conservative. I bet you, unfortunately, that's what my schizophrenic brother was under. We didn't get to hear the codes because he was there. He was in the hospital for, or county for about a month, I think. So that's how they did it. I was wondering. My brother has schizophrenia. So, um, safe and sound in the lower 48. Hi, Heather. Heather and I are going to something on Thursday, Wednesday. Heather, you should put what we're doing. So yeah, you might get like a feed from Heather and I in Berkeley. Who knows? After Kitty, I go to her. This is what this week is already turning out to be. After Kitty, I go to her. Tomorrow is the chiropractor, and then I probably have something after that. Thursday is my nails, and then I have to probably go to org for the first time. Um, and yeah, and in the budgeting scheme, the beauty things are always be in the budget. It's like I'm trying to keep because, everybody's lost money right now. I'm keeping my memberships up on YouTube, but the things like my hair, my nails, um, stuff like that. Is it already 41 minutes? Damn, girl. The person I'm supposed to see after this is on their way. Sorry. I had to put, he knows I'm live feeding, but I bet you he thought I was doing 3 to 4. Um, Let me see. Papa Cat, the Cubs will be in town tomorrow, so I'm going to watch them against the Nationals. Should be a good game. I'm an A's fan. Well, no, I'm not anymore. They don't exist anymore. But I was American League all the way most of my life. And the only reason I got into National was because Papa Cat lived on the other side of the bay. And we could score tickets for like $10, $15. Back in the days when with Seat Guru, I think it was, where you could get all the really good deals. So sticks didn't cut anyway. They were all there. Really? Papa Cat said they got rid of one of the founding members. That would be interesting. Ooh. Safe and sound alert 40. Hey, how are you? To Heather, Alaska's Americans. Kaliningrad? Kaliningrad. Kaliningrad. Don't know. LOL, that'd be cool. Davey would really be scared. I know, wouldn't it be neat? Like, teeth, a mouth and teeth right here. Cheryl, if you're listening, I would love another baby. The MLH is getting to me. He's turning me bratty. Ah, how do they smell today? Ah, still like Cheryl's house. Ever since the last set of girls, we had one with asthma. I don't spray the house. So the house is very neutral. I don't know how I do it. The house has really no smell at all. Probably because the minute it starts smelling, I open up the windows, and that's because Papa Cat's cooking. So that's why they still smell like Cheryl. Hippies. Let's see. Kid Dayton by Kenner. I will not be at Flag Friday, but I will be there Saturday for concert night in Coldwater. Cool. Who's playing? Uh, Bill, honestly, not a great day, but great old bread and strawberries for dinner. I hope it's old sourdough because old sourdough is so much fun. Oh my God. When you reheat it and then you put the butter on it and then you go, when nobody's looking, you put the garlic salt on it. No, you can't have any, stuff like that. Anyway, congratulations on the 148. That's is the 148. Is that me? No, that's not me. Okay. Get on way. Groupie. You'll be able to float the Pentagon. Oh my God. Can that idiot please get out of the Pentagon, please? He's messing up that building. That building is cool. This is what happens when you have a whole family or 3 generations that were in military. It's like, Pentagon, mine. Ah, Scooter Mom saying hi to Heather. Yep, when the court commissioner comes to visit you in the hospital with the clerk and court reporter. Thank you. Because he was there at the hospital and me and my brother was there and they started talking about uh electroshock. And we said, oh hell no. No, no, no. All of a sudden, the judge, a court reporter, and another um attorney show up and we didn't know who they were. Um the hospital guy grabs him and goes, come on, we need to go check you in the room, right? And that's usually of a, go F off, siblings. And so we waited, came out and found out that he had been guardianed by the county and that he was going through electroshock therapy, which in actually finding out later, because this was years ago, finding out later, it isn't nearly as bad as it used to be, and it has helped people. So I'm not against it anymore. But he wound up in the hospital for accidentally gassing himself with WD-40, really an accident. And I met his electroshock therapy teacher, doctor, the one who would do it. And we were crossing streams because I was coming over to read him my Facebook because he was in a coma. And she was like, "Oh, it's really great that he's going to survive this and blah blah blah." And um, how did he go from making the Tesla battery to this? I literally cackled in front of her. I just went, I just cackled and then said, "What?" And she said, "Well, he helped with the Tesla battery, didn't he?" And I'm like, "No, and I think you should leave now." Never saw her again. The oldest one had a problem with females. He always wound up going out with them. So he probably dated his doctor. Oh my God. Anyway, so thank you, Don, for telling me that. Now I can tell the other brother what that was about because we were like, how the hell did you do that? You know? So, because we were all rambled up about electroshock therapy and was just like, what the fuck are they going to do? And so, yeah, the county has them. Let's see. We are investigating 1970s papers from a Scientolgy. Stay tuned. Ooh, cool, Heather. Uh, that's what we're going to be doing on Wednesday. Yeah. So after my doctor's appointment, which she's just going to say, we'll probably just argue about me being on the Wegovy or not because of my cholesterol. That's the only reason. I mean, I will learn how to eat real food so I can stay static. You have statics that you can stay at. I've been taking pictures of my food to know what I can eat when I stop taking my Wegovy. I keep it up. I can eat more than what I have there so I won't lose weight. So, because some people do take it forever. So, um, tends to fly when you get into a rhythm. Yes. I guess I'll stay here until he texts me. So, it's not even caught up. I haven't even gotten to the notes yet. 148, that's great. My goal is 150. My goal is 138. Well, was 138. Might be just 140 now. 138 took me out of overweight. And then that way, I wouldn't have to take the Wegovy anymore. But if I take it at a smaller dose, I'll stay at 140 because at 140 is still overweight. And that's how the hospitals or that's how the medical plans have to pay for it. So, because a couple of other friends of mine are taking compounds because they won't pay for Ozempic. So, because for some reason, when you get old, you really get chunky. And me and the one that looks like me, I'm native, she's Mexican. So, between the both of us, we carry it all in our tummies. So, I think that's also a Spanish thing because I don't have one drop of Mexican blood in me. Makes me so mad. My mom was a Hispanic snob, and the ones who are Hispanic here knows what that means. So I wanted to be able to tell her, I'm Mexican. Because my father was born on a reservation and his mother died giving birth. So, and I say nowadays, it'd have been really interesting if he was still alive. What the hell they'd do to him because he was adopted by a Mexican family who the she was like my aunt or great aunt or something. So she was sort of connected, but it was like, so his last name was Hispanic. Actually, it was the Mexican spelling of a Spanish name. And I'm thinking now, that would have been interesting if they would have tried to take him away because he had no birth certificate. Nothing. Getting him on Social Security was a ball. And we had to give him a middle name. So, because he didn't have a middle name either. So that would have been interesting. But yes, it's also why I know a ton about like Mexican things because my father's family, when my parents got divorced, they loved my stepdad. So they stuck around in my life till I was about 16. So, and then after that, they all moved to like Fresno or something. I hardly heard from them. So, but yeah, that's why when I say you guys remind me of my cousins when I tell MLH that, because you guys do. My cousins moved to a big house in Hayward, and what did they have on the bottom floor? A pool table. So all the boys and me and my cousin, the other girl in the family, in that side of the family, when she hit dating age, she was gone. But it would be me and her, and then all the boys. And oh my God, they were hilarious. And that's why it reminds me of that. And that's why I can say things like it reminds me of Clubhouse when the boys take the pinata out of the birthday party. Hell, they probably did it to me and I forgot. So let me see. Born and raised on Oakland A's and barely I know, Dusty, me too. Considering I've got Billy balls. Figure that one out, people. Uh Mihaly Sec Sexel. I can't do it. Even I can't do it. We'll call this a flow experience. You got me spelling my VT. Does feel like Farrell. I told you. I told you. Hippies. She burns incense. That's the thing. And since, but also if Becky can smell hers, that means she's doing the same thing and she doesn't put anything around the house and probably than Lysol. So I had to even get down my Lysol like addiction down to just the bed. So because the one with the asthma, my little Ferrari, we got her for 6 years after she got asthma. So, but of course now I can't find a smell I'm on around the house. So, and we're probably getting kittens on Wednesday. Kittens on Wednesday. No, we're probably getting kittens. I'm not sure. I think they have their shots. I think they're fixed. We'll find out. Cross your fingers that we have two kittens coming up tomorrow. The four that the friends have at the cattery are taking them to the vet today, and they'll find out boys or girls. I haven't gotten an email or I haven't gotten a text, so they might all be boys. We need girls. Papa Cat only likes girls. So, hi, Professor Kakan. Now I gotta go smell my VT. I know I'm gonna get everybody doing it now. But weirdly enough, it's love. I told you Mel H is gonna get me in trouble. You guys are getting me my sixth sense of humor back, okay? It's like brain fog and my sixth sense of humor is coming back, and I hope it doesn't kick out the proper sense of humor. Oh, I did the newfangled version of electroshock therapy for depression, completely painless. I drove myself to treatment back home daily. Yeah, see, my brother did it, and the one thing that he said is that they never put him out completely, so he knew what they were using, and that sort of got me freaked out. But when he went into the coma, he was normal for a year. I'd see him every Wednesday for lunch. And I didn't want to talk about any of that stuff. So we just, caught up and played around and go to Salvation Army. That's where I found out that the Salvation Army um, doesn't truck things around like Goodwill. They keep it in the community that they service. So we would go to like fancy neighborhoods and the Salvation Army there and look at all this really gorgeous stuff. There was an oak table. I was living in the small space at the time. My beautiful 8-person oak table with the chairs was like $400. And I mean, this thing was indestructible. And I'm just like, "Oh, now it fit on this house, but it didn't fit in the other one. In the other one, it would have taken up half the whole great area. Great area. So let me see. Ozempic or Janap. Oh my God. What name? A Hispanic name like Bernardo or Higgins? Beto O'Rourke? Is that supposed to be Beto or Bethel? Beto. No. I'm trying to think. We had a Beto next door. I can't remember how we pronounced it now. See? See? Brain fog. Uh, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna share the name. You should know that. Share girlfriend. No. I know what a Billy Ball is. I know you do, Dusty. That's why I said it. I have two. Um, my dad almost took my ball that they had signed by everybody because it stayed at their house until I got the house, but all of the baseballs were there. So I gave my dad his baseball and I kept the rest of them because they were mine. He couldn't say anything. I'm the one cleaning out the house. So San Francisco is a town Billy Ball couldn't shut down. Okay, Adam. I remember Billy Ball not that long ago. Yeah, it was. It was the 80s, dear. Billy Ball in Oakland was the 80s. Sorry. I know that because it's when I was dark brown from sitting on the sun side of the Coliseum when we didn't know we'd die from all those. That's why it was brown. Halter tops. Halter tops back in the day. I was just talking about these yesterday. They cover your whole front and they had a tie here and a tie here. So you basically had this whole back covered in copper tone oil and your arms baking at a baseball game from 1:30 to 3:30. So I was brown, but not as brown as my white dad, who I still owe a case of beer to because we had a contest. So there you go. Okay, he's on the train. So he's coming from the city. He's coming down the BART. I just like saying it because it sounds native say BART. Or as some people say, Bay Area rapid farts. So uh the sixth. Gotta go trivia time with the daughter. Okay. Ciao, Scooter. You're probably not hearing me, but bye, sweetie. Have a good day. I think Goodwill is the same. The one closest to Big Blue is awesome. Yeah. I was going, I still nowadays will, if there's one I see in a nice area, Salvation Army, I'm so there because it was just amazing. The Salvation Army we went to in Upper Marin had freaking Louboutins in it. Okay. And it was just like, they weren't my size, but it was amazing. I think it's what a lot of eBay people do is they go to the Goodwills and Salvation Armies and then they resell on eBay. You shouldn't be allowed to do that unless you have to. Uh, 1980s is not that long ago for some of us. It's 40 years ago, darling. The Oh, I love the 80s. So fun. Yeah, and that's why we have old Tifa, darling, because we didn't do anything in the 80s except have fun and die. Anyway. So, yeah, no, I always say that the end of the Cold War came. So, our generation, the Gen Xers, went tally ho. Then we got Clinton. So then we thought we wouldn't have to worry about anything. And there was no way for us to get involved again. That's why I asked you for old Tifa, because it's like, no, you want to know what's causing the state of this world? My political office. We are Gen X. So, a friend of mine, or someone I work with, who's a friend, said millennials aren't helping either. So there you go. Oh, I'm only at 58 anyway. Okay, so now I've caught up. Uh, do not open email attachments. The Father's Day protest, which there is um a GoFund for, which Cricket might know the link to because it was just on ScooterMoms. Um, there's a GoFundMe to get supplies to work the protest, because they're going to be offering things to like keep you watered and fed while it's going on. It's from 12 to 10 on Father's Day. We will not be there because we're going to be at the Flag Day protest the day before here in Alameda because um, Alameda, I was amazed by the last big protest. They showed up, but you never know. So gotta like do the hometown thing. So, but I will push it every single time. So Fukuyama told us we were done, nothing more to do. Crazy George the gnome. Oh my God, I never thought of that. I was thinking of Liberace's brother, Crazy George. Oh my God. He supposedly started in like Chicago or something, but he was this guy who had like a drum beat on it. Had this, I'm staring at a bird, had the hair. Like if Scooter Mom cut all our hair off and the bob went out, that would be his hair. And he was just like major A's person. He's the one who's, this is the fight because Crazy George was from somewhere else. So they said that the wave was started by him in another city for hockey or something. And we were all like, no, but we made it popular. So he was the one who brought up the wave. One of the few things I participated in as a bratty teenager, I do the wave. You plan to be there? Good, Dawn. Yeah. Anybody who can go there should go. So no help from Gen Z, or my daughter is a millennial. She has protest. Actually, I think we are in time to change the Gen Zs, because we're their parents and grandparents, so we can tell them to get off that stupid thing and go outside. Or even, you know what, as grandparents, we could take the kids outside and let them go play in a park for a change. So, because, everybody's now getting ready to blame us for not they're blaming us for bringing up children as helicopter moms. I don't have any kids, so this is what I've heard. And it's like, yeah, but we were all freaked out what happened in the generation before us. When you dream about nuclear winters and you have the get under the desk, because supposedly that's supposed to, save you from an atom bomb. And before Reagan had Gorbachev, uh, for some reason, you didn't sleep well. I wonder why, because you were waiting for the alarm to go, okay, now I'm going to die. Bye. So, ah, so no, cheer on the wave. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you knew it, Dusty. Nothing worse than someone who tries to get a wave going but can't. I know. Oh my God. When it started becoming popular everywhere else, you'd see people who didn't know what was going on. And it had its heyday, after when George was here and everybody picked it up everywhere else, American leagues probably only. Um, but yeah, as it got older and older, it would be less and less. And after a while, I'd be sitting there in my 20s going, no thanks. So let's see. Have you ever tried to pry an electronic device out of the hands of a Gen Z? This child acted like I was abusing her for threatening to turn on off the Wi-Fi last week. Um, yes. I actually trained on that because what came out when I was a teenager? Atari. And my best friend's mom was a cop and did the sheriff's on the side. So she was gone for easily 16 hours a day. So she bought them an Atari. So I did learn to pry the pad out of a 10-year-old's hands. Excuse me. Take my cough drop. And you know how you get back at a child when they're trying to act like you're murdering them? Yell outside that I'm not doing anything. And then number two, go, it's not working, give it up. Be completely sarcastic with them. And that's probably why I got the way I am because, yeah, he'd follow me around because we had to take it out of his hand for dinner or to go to bed. And he would just scream and holler, and dinner, his friends would scream and holler because this is back in the day. And it'd be like, that's nice. You go home, you go in the kitchen and do that. So, yeah, I've always been the one to be able to tell people, and I mean it. So, yeah, it could also be the fact that I've never had children, even though I have the goddaughter. So, I have goddaughter. So, that was fun when she was 18. So, teaching her that no, you should not have bad bleach blonde hair coming from Nevada to San Francisco to go to school. Change that. Luckily enough, she listened to me. So, it wasn't as hard after that, even though she was in um, a couple of floors for the school she was going to in these high, apartment towers. So yeah, she was to go through it a little bit. So, and I would tell her, and I'd whip out the stories. This person, this person, this person, but this person didn't because they actually realized it was a bad idea, sort of thing. So, because, um, she wanted to throw it at me that I've never had kids, but she realized that she couldn't because I was making sense. So, Becky says, "You're not going to go to the protest, Becky?" Oh, darling, I can teach you how to ignore people like you wouldn't believe. I have 300 of the same people that I will run into for the rest of my life. And half of them I don't speak to. Of that half of those people think I'm the devil. Um, but the half I don't speak to, eventually I start speaking to again, or I completely just don't acknowledge it. Just not even pretending, just seriously blank them out like they're not there. Don't go out of your way to ignore them. Don't go out of your way to like even talk shit. Just basically pretend they're not there. During the height of the whole goth scene in San Francisco, there was at least two people who loathed me. Okay. And I would see them at practically every goth club. And I had to learn just poof. And after a while, they ignore you too. And then within a couple of years, it was usually, what were we fighting about? I don't see it'll be happening with the one person we are all wanting out. Um, but that's what you do because you're going to be involved in certain things along the way forever, until you get out of what you're doing. And um, it's the easiest way to do it without causing a commotion. Because also, if somebody goes, well, blah, 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 you go, not my problem. Just don't acknowledge, period. And um, I think it gets people weirded out because you're willing to just go poof, the ones who you are having the fight with or not disagreeing or you think is a freaking cootie that needs to leave. Did I say that out loud? Um, but yeah, because it's like it's a situation. And yes, if we could go, if it wasn't the day before and we weren't our age, yeah, we'd be there. So let me see. A chase wave? I don't know. LA protests against Scientology. Yes. We boomers were supposed to fix the world. That is why some of us got into Scientology. Yep. Scientology. Synanon. Guys, you work hard, but only should do resocialization. But you only should do resocial. Okay. You do you, I do me. Of ex-members. Um, whatever you want to do is great. We need to play the electric prunes for boomer Scientologists who wake up their inner hippie. Yeah, where is there a harpsichord and a kalimba? I know how to ignore people so hard they begin to question they even exist. I know, I do too. That's why I said I've gotten the because after a couple of years I'll be like, hi. And then they're like, hi. And then after about a month, weren't we fighting? I'm done. Those people go out do their way to start with Becky. Oh, go out of their way. Yeah. And trying to think, find somebody who'll be a good side guy. That helps. I've been it for people too. Somebody to just hang out with that tells them, you go away. That's it. Go away. Have a nice life. So it's possible. Um, oh, goth scene. I wonder if that's where I learned it. Yes, Dawn, if you were in the goth scene, that's where you learned it, girl. There or the courthouse. Yep, you learned it there too. Um, I had too much during last night. Oh, it's not because of anyone in particular. It's Father's Day weekend. Oh, okay. Yeah. Um, yeah, my dad will probably drop it sometime this week of what are we doing for Father's Day, which will be fine because I'll make the brother and the husband come. That way we don't have to talk about anything. So yes, go have fun on Father's Day weekend. Hell yeah. Sounds like business as usual in New England. Understood, Vicky. If you still have your dad celebrate them, yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I got twisted stories about Father's Day that my mother wouldn't remind me of, and the torture we put my stepdad through, who's my dad. So, someone explain Chase Wave. I don't know. Scientology banned the electric runes. Yes. Runes or ruins? Ruins. I said runes. Damn, no, not my dad. Ah, my father-in-law and husband. Okay. Yeah, I know. My bio dad would be rather old too right now. My stepdad is younger. So I've caught up. Okay, now I can go back to the list. Oh, yes. At the protest, we will show that we are not evil, vicious, or violent. Well, there won't be any of those people there. Only people who will be acting like this are the Scientology people that they planted. So, yes, the people who go to the protest, don't talk to anybody you don't know unless you walk up to them and they don't walk up to you. That's the easiest way to do it. Do not fraternize with anybody unless they walk up to you or unless you walk up to them. If they walk up to you and you don't recognize them, they're a plant. Oh, saying that Jay's back. JDSA. I swear to God, he is so like the mellow guy still. And it was so funny. I was sitting there watching him going, now I remember why I didn't watch him a lot because he was so mellow. I would, do the like and stuff, but that was it. Uh, but no, I watched it today. He did it yesterday. But Birdie was in her box and she watched Jay's feed because he had his fish on for a minute, and then she got bored because he's got it perfectly done where you can see through his fish because they're I can't remember what they are, but he's got his fish tank set up and the camera the way it is, it looks like the fish are like on the other side of the window. It's really cool. And so he's talking about fish and then snails, and then I'm like, ah. So it was funny. I ignored everyone at the courthouse and still was accused of taking Moxid. Now I'm dating. Hey, wait, aren't we all going to be trying to date him now, Becky? Yeah, and they do that because they see that it's getting you. Even if it's just frustrating you, they don't care. They get an emotion out of you, and that's all they cared about. So the next time you know who starts screaming at you, just turn around and walk away seriously. And then if she grabs you, it's assault. Becky, be careful when Moxon asks you to use your fingers to what? Yes, I know. My mind is always in the gutter, but please don't mean to add an A. It wasn't a Chase Bank. It was Chase Corporate. Ah, Chase is too big time. So that's one of the buildings I have to avoid. Oh, yeah. And the reason I could never go after DM is because California has libel laws if you wouldn't believe because of Hollywood. I posted that on errands because people were still talking about the difference between getting DM out and getting Scientology. And it's like, we can't touch people by themselves in California. Way too easy to get involved in a courtroom fight that'll last for years. So that's why we don't go after individual people in California. You see, Professor, use my fingers to hold the key. I'm still, you're still here. Who's still here? What? Oh, yes, we're all still here. It happened to me this morning too when I was watching uh, the pinata people that hang out in the clubhouse and steal pinatas from birthday kids. So I was listening to them on the way in. I went and got my blood ticket and I heard them on the way out. No! Ooh, no, Adam, we will not do that. Yep. Oh, no. Aaron talked about Bufu leaving. I think he will after he puts Cairo in as new Bufu, and then move to an island and micromanage from there. That is my impression because Aaron was talking about him being really like hyper paranoid. So I think what he'll do is put Cairo in. It's been a rumor, and usually they turn out. He'll put Cairo there, and then he'll disappear. But he'll be on one weird island with what, P. Diddy? No. Yes. Well, some island that has nothing to do with America. He'll buy one. Was it the Colombian drug key fry one that never happened? Um, Somebody still owns that island, so it's probably set up too. So you could probably like live on it. Um, oh, I love that Lilo and Stitch, the live version, beat out MI3. I've never seen any of them, but it's still cool to know that he's gotten old and he should go away from those movies. It probably looks weird with all that cosmetic surgery he has, in my opinion, doing stunts. So, because, supposedly he does his own stunts. So that's probably why. I will never be able to watch Lilo and Stitch because the animated one made me cry all the way through, and I'm not joking. Saw it on an airplane going to the east one year and came across it, and Papa Cat kept it up and just laughed as I cried. Ah, let's see. Oh, Dusty and Cheryl on Scooter Mom. They were dancing in front of an org, I think, or dancing in front of a test center. But you could totally tell it was just like, oh my God, that was so funny. Ah. Question, are we having fun yet? Yes. And if you're not, then darling, you really need to get a different sense of humor. They'll use Heber hologram? Who's Heber? I'm not looking it up because I'm waiting for a text. Echo shut down. I'm talking loud. My Echo just answered me. Yeah, I have Alexa. I have a microchip. Remember, Dad? I don't care. So they know everything about me anyway. Except people were talking this morning. I'm just going to say this morning, covers everybody, about how they were talking about something and it shows up the next day on their email or like in their commercials on their phones. And so one time, I don't remember how it happened, but we got email for private enjoyment. We're not email. It showed up on Alexa and we're just like, what? And so ever since then we go, lube, lube. Hasn't worked yet. But you'll see me Papa Cat just saying that out of nowhere. Oh, let's see. Okay, I think I'm done actually, guys. Actually feel sympathy for Heber, Janice, Terry, and Peter's former stepdad. Ooh, I don't know who that is. Pam came out to do TT dance with her. Yeah, my echo heard you. We purposely don't have the same word for different ones because we have three, four, I don't know. So we have different names for all of them. It's like I can't wait till you can really because yeah, they have guest voices, and then you can call it by the name of the voice, like a year ago or something. And so it was like that was fun, but they take the voice away without telling you. So all of a sudden you're back to so yeah. Okay, guys, I'm done. I didn't get to show you Manning's video, but I know that the minute I put it done, because yeah, Barf should be here any minute. All the ones in the house that no one uses are A, just the one in the bedroom is E. Yeah. Mine used to be like an Australian accent. Guy. Now it just sounds AI. I hate AI. I'm probably going to change the voice on it again. Live action Lilo and Stitch was inadequate. Figures. we're too hardcore, Carrie, and I probably agree with you. If it didn't make me cry, I probably wouldn't like it. Let's see. Unless I want to believe that Heber is responsible for his own condition that he pulled in. I've got to find out who Heber is. Same for me, Dawn. Yeah. Well, we also have one that, like, the one that follows, which is fun because when they do an update, she'll follow. And all I'm thinking is, thank God it's on the second floor and I'm not traipsing around some weird ass clothes or something. Jammies. I've worn pajamas ever since the '89 earthquake because I was naked and I was in a doorway. And all I was thinking of is that my mom's going to find my dead body naked. And I've worn pajamas ever since. I know it's a weird reason, but that's why I've done it. I wonder how I should look when the earth is cleared and there are no earth beings on it. He came with the Aklo Sabbath, said I may be transfigured, there being much of outside to work on. If you want to know what the world is like when it dies out, go watch A Boy and His Dog. It's a movie from the '70s that Don Johnson, it was one of his first. And I think Benji's in it too, except it's got a different name. Professor Kalkalivan is the only one who got out of that place with good karma. I've got to look this up. Mine's Irish. So USI. I don't, they're the only ones. I don't like it on my phone. I don't like it on my computers. Only the beasts. So, and you notice you don't hear anything about lube. He was married to Yvonne, also Karen de la Carrera. Ah, okay. Starting to. He is in senior living with dementia. Oh, great. Okay, guys, I'm done. I will see you guys all tomorrow, and I'll give you the update of what happened at the club since we're getting more brown people because of goth cambia. Is that what it's called? There's this whole Mexican goth thing. It's so cool. They're starting to come to the club. It's so neat seeing my people show up at club more. It's so cool. So I will talk to you guys all tomorrow. Everybody have a good night. Okay. Have a good Monday. And I'm done.